All right. Hi again. Sorry, my internet just, I don't know, my live stream just messed up. So hopefully people log back on. I'm just going to continue from where we left off. So we were in supported fish. Hopefully, I don't know how far, I don't know when the live stream cut out, but it did. So, just making sure it's still going. Okay, supported fish. One block under the shoulders, one under the head. Knees can either be wide or legs out long. Arms can be, elbows can be clasped above the head if you'd like. If you don't have blocks, take a pillow or two underneath the shoulders, maybe another one under the head, or a bolster. All right. So, sorry about that. Hopefully you can settle back into your supported fish. Focus on your breath. Let go of your thoughts. Stay present. Sorry, I'm moving to make sure that it's still going, because when it cuts out on my end, the screen freezes. I don't know what it looks like on your end, but yeah. So if you see me do this every once in a while, it's just to make sure it's still going. All right. Anywho, your eyes should be closed anyways. Yeah. So take a few deep breaths. Let's just take a couple breaths in silence to really settle back in. Today's class is all about warming yourself up from the inside out, but with Yin Yoga. Yin Yoga isn't typically seen as like a warm class. It's actually usually practiced when the muscles are colder. But I guess it's cold outside, so it is a good time to practice. But I want to make this class, I don't know. So I wanted to find poses that you could do that would connect you, or that would help open up the heart and small intestines meridians, since those are associated with the element of fire. But also kind of do poses that like kind of compress the body, because in compression you kind of like, I don't know, you tend to want to do that when you're cold. You really want to curl up into a ball. So I feel like those can also be kind of warming postures as well. So that's what we're going to be doing. So the heart and small intestines meridian, there are 12 meridians in Yin Yoga. Actually, more like 10. There's 2 that kind of don't really do much. We don't really practice yoga for them. But yeah, so today we're working on the heart and small intestines meridian. The heart being, I can't remember, the yin meridian, and the small intestines meridian is the yang. Each meridian has a yin partner and a yang partner that are associated with each other. This meridian, the functions for it are blood circulation and mental functions. It's associated with the emotions of happiness and love. And some signs of disharmony are feelings of sadness, depression, or desperation. So I feel like these feelings can come up a lot too in the winter. There's just because the sun's not out as much, it's colder. So it tends to make people feel a little bit more sad sometimes, not always. So I feel like that heart and small intestines meridian is a good meridian to work on in the winter. All right. Oh yeah. Let's start off with a quote, and then we can continue breathing and moving slowly. This quote is from Lewis Carroll. I wonder if the snow loves the trees and fields that kisses them so gently. And then it covers them up snug, with a white quilt. And perhaps it says, go to sleep, darlings. till the summer comes again. When you're ready, you can begin to blink the eyes open. Release the arms down from overhead if you clasped opposite elbows. Then if you brought the knees wide, take the hands to the outer thighs to help you bring the knees back toward one another. Everyone carefully roll off to one side, off of your props. Move them off to the side, keep them clipped nearby though. And then lie back on the back. Sorry, my hood's getting in the way. We come into bananas. Nice side body stretch. So let's walk the feet, both feet over to the right, and then keep the hips planted, but move the upper body to the right as well. You want to keep the hips and the shoulders grounded. Then to intensify the stretch, you might cross the left ankle over the right, or clasp opposite elbows above the head. Really send the breath into that left side body. Close the eyes, relax the face. Find stillness in the body and the mind. On your next inhale, walk the feet and the upper body back through center and then over to the left. So both feet to the left, keep the hips grounded, walk the upper body to the left as well. Legs can stay lengthened out long. Maybe you cross right ankle over left and maybe clasp opposite elbows above the head. Try to do the opposite one that you did before. I can't remember which one I did. But keep both hips grounded, keep both shoulders grounded. Send the breath into that right side body. Close the eyes, relax the face. Stay present. Keep breathing. Nice, even, deep breaths in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, walk the legs and the upper body back to center. Then hug the right knee in towards the chest. Really give it a nice big squeeze. Keep breathing deep in and out through the nose. With each inhale, feel the belly press up into the thigh. And the thigh lifts a little bit. Then as you exhale, feel the belly lower back down and the thigh lower slightly with it. And keep that left leg relaxed. Relax the shoulders. Relax any unnecessary tension from the face. Using just a little bit of arm strength to hold your leg where it is. And then from here, reach the right arm out to a T with the palm facing up. You can also do a 90-degree bend if you don't have the space, a cactus shape. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently let the right leg fall over to the left side. Keep that right shoulder grounded. Maybe you place a prop underneath that right knee or right leg. Could be a block, a blanket or two, a bolster, a pillow, whatever you have. Send your breath deep into the belly. The gaze can be straight up at the sky, or maybe you turn the head to the right to gaze over the right shoulder, but with the eyes closed. On your next inhale, gently bring that right knee back up through center. Lengthen the right leg out long, and then hug the left knee in towards the chest. Really give it a nice big squeeze. Breathe deep into the belly. Feel that belly press up into the leg, and let that leg lift up slightly as you inhale. Then as you exhale, feel the belly lower back down and the leg follow it. From here, bring the left arm out to a T or a 90-degree bend. Right hand comes to the outside of the left thigh. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently let that left knee fall over to the right side. Keep that left shoulder grounded. Maybe place a prop or 2 or 3 underneath the leg or knee. Gaze can either be straight up at the sky or over the left shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. If you haven't already, close the eyes, relax the face. Send the breath deep into the belly, wringing out those internal organs, releasing any toxins. When you next inhale, gently come back up through center. Hug both knees into the chest for a moment. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe do a couple like circles with the knees, both directions. Massaging out the back. Then roll off to one side and carefully make your way up to a seat. Sit with the legs out long in front of you. Maybe place a blanket, pillow, bolster, block underneath the sit bones. Feet should be about hips width distance apart and relax. Let the legs relax completely. Sit up nice and tall to start. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you begin to fold forward over the legs. Try to bring the palms to face upward so you're not tempted to pull yourself forward, and instead let gravity and use your breath to help you release tension. Let gravity do the work for you. You don't have to have perfectly straight legs here either. You can always bring a bend to the knees and maybe even place either a rolled up blanket or blocks underneath the knees as well. You can also bring props in between your torso and your legs, like maybe a bolster, a pillow. Maybe bring a block or something underneath the head as well. Make this pose something that fits you. Something that benefits your body the best way possible. And if you haven't already, close the eyes, relax the face. Come back to the breath. Using each exhale to help you release tension. In turn, that might allow you to fold a little bit further into the pose. But just let it come naturally. Don't force anything. On your next inhale, slowly roll up through the spine, coming back to sit up nice and tall. And then come to sit with the legs out wide. You can do it facing the short edge of your mat, or I like to come to face the long edge of my mat, so it's more comfortable on my ankles and heels. Feel free to sit up on any props underneath the sit bones. And let the legs relax completely instead of having that muscle engagement that you normally would in a hatha or vinyasa class. You want to have the legs relax completely to target the ligaments and joints. From here, you can stay sitting up nice and tall, or maybe begin to walk the hands out in front of you. Once again, try to bring the palms to face upward so you're not tempted to pull yourself forward. And you can always bring props underneath the head, the torso, maybe even underneath the knees, or keep the knees bent. Whatever feels best in your body. I have a nice little blanket underneath my arms so I can kind of naturally slide forward. I don't know, just testing it out. Once you arrive, close the eyes, relax the face. Send the breath into the areas where you feel the most tension, or where you feel the most sensation. Remember to always listen to your body and find your edge, the balance between effort and ease. The point in the pose where you feel sensation, but it's not too overwhelming, should never be painful, and it's not too underwhelming, so you still feel a stretch. Quiet the mind and find stillness. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk the hands back in towards the midline of the body. Bring the hands to the outer thighs, bring a bend to the knees if they're not bent already, and slowly walk the legs toward one another, using your hands to help. Then make your way to a tabletop position or hands and knees. I'm going to bring a blanket underneath my knees. So I have pretty sensitive knees. And you can feel free to do that as well. So let's start with the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. We're going to keep the hips nice and high, but begin to walk the hands out in front of you, reaching the heart down towards the earth. You can either bring the forehead down towards the earth, maybe bring some props underneath the forehead, a blanket, couple blankets, pillow, bolster, whatever you have, or not use any props too, whatever works best in your body. If you live in a more open body, you might find your heart reaching down towards the ground and the chin on the earth. Just remember to listen to your body, and we will be holding this for a few minutes, so you may not want to go as deep into the pose as you normally would in a hatha or vinyasa class. Always remember to listen to your body. You can have the arms a little narrower for more of an intense heart and shoulder opening, or you can bring them a little wider as well for a less intense heart and shoulder opening. Once you arrive in your heart-melting pose, close the eyes, relax the face, breathe. Send your breath into the areas where you feel the most sensation. Use that breath to help you release tension. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. From here, bring the big toes to touch behind you. Knees can either be together or bring the knees open wide. Reach the hips back towards the heels, and then reach the forehead down towards the earth. Maybe place some props underneath the forehead. Maybe give the arms a little break, bringing the hands back by the feet. Settle down a little bit, closing yourself inward, feeling the warmth of your legs on the warming up the upper body. Coming into kind of a little ball of heat. On your next inhale, lift the head up slightly. Take the left hand and thread it underneath the right arm, reaching that left hand over to the right side. Place the left side of the face and the left shoulder down, back down on the earth or whatever props you may be using. You can keep this right arm reaching out long in front of you, or maybe wrap it behind the low back, maybe finding that left hip crease with the fingertips. Breathe here. Quiet the mind and find stillness. On your next inhale, unwind the top arm, reach it back out in front of you if you wrapped it behind the low back. Press into that right palm to help you unwind and reach that left arm back out in front of you. Then take the right hand, thread it underneath the left arm towards the left side of the mat. You can either keep this left arm reaching out long in front of you, or maybe wrap it behind the low back. Maybe finding your right hip crease with the left fingers. Really sending the breath into the belly, bringing out those internal organs. Relax any unnecessary tension from the face. Where else can you relax? Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the hips. Relax the feet, the shins, the knees. Using only a little bit of strength just to hold you in this shape. Unwind the top arm if you wrapped it behind the low back. Reach it back out in front of you. Then press into the left palm to unwind the rest of the body. Come back to your hands and knees. Bring the knees right underneath the hips, the hands under the shoulders. And from here, you're going to come into sleeping swan or pigeon pose. So take the right knee towards the right wrist, kick that right foot towards the left side of the mat, and reach that left leg back behind you. From here, if you notice this pose is really painful and it's really uncomfortable, then don't try to push through it. Listen to your body, and instead, you can come onto your back with the soles of the feet on the earth, knees point up towards the sky, cross right ankle over left thigh. You can stay here or hug the legs in, thread the right arm through that figure four shape, and interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Then, if you're in your regular sleeping swan variation, you can stay sitting up tall here. You can bring this right foot further away from the body for a more intense stretch, and you can bring it closer into the body for less of a stretch. Stay sitting up tall, or exhale, begin to fold forward. If you notice this hip is coming up, you can place a prop underneath the hip. You can lower down anywhere as far as you'd like, maybe onto the forearms, maybe down to the floor, bringing the forehead onto the earth, or maybe you bring some props underneath the upper body as well. Once you arrive, close the eyes, relax the face. Really send your breath into that right outer hip, that right glute. This is the last pose of the night. Well, we're going to do it on the other side too, but our last poses of the night before Shavasana. So really use your breath to help you release any leftover tension in the body. On your next inhale, walk the hands back in towards the midline of the body and carefully make your way back to your tabletop position. Maybe shake out that right leg a little bit, circle the ankle, and then we'll switch sides. Take the left knee towards the left wrist, kick that left foot out towards the right side, and then reach that right leg back behind you. Take this foot further away from the body for a more intense stretch, or bring it closer in for less of a stretch. And if you took the reclined variation on your back, uncross the legs and switch sides. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Maybe hug the knees in. And remember to keep the left foot flexed. If you're in your sleeping swan, maybe sit up tall in an awake swan, or reach the arms out in front of you to fold forward, either coming onto the forearms, lying onto props, or bringing the forehead down towards the earth. Close the eyes, relax the face. Big, deep belly breaths in and out through the nose. Quiet the mind. Find stillness. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk the hands back in. Carefully make your way back to a tabletop position for a moment. If you're on your back for reclined pigeon, you can just stay on your back. Maybe shake out the leg a little bit. And then everyone meet to lie on your back for Shavasana. I'm just going to check out this comment real quick. What? Oh, yoga for feet? Yes, I can do that sometime. I think that's what you're asking. All right, never mind. All right. Yeah, I can add that in, especially Pisces season is coming up, and Pisces, they rule the feet. So there will be some yoga for feet coming up. Sorry, back to yoga. This yoga class though, Shavasana. Lie on your back. Reach the legs out long in front of you, arms down by the sides with the palms facing up. Snuggle those shoulder blades underneath the back and tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. If you're someone that experiences low back pain ever, you can, in your Shavasana, either bring the soles of the feet on the earth, feet wide, let the knees fall in toward one another, or maybe place a bolster or pillow or rolled up blanket underneath the knees. Once you arrive in your Shavasana, close the eyes, relax the face. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. And slowly let the breath return to its natural state, letting go of any breath control. Still letting go of your thoughts. Allow yourself to be present, focusing only on relaxation. Maybe taking a moment to notice how the body feels now compared to how it felt at the beginning of class. Maybe do a quick body scan to make sure you're relaxing everything, starting from the feet, the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the spine, the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the hands, the neck, the entire face, the crown of the head. Shavasana. We cannot stop the winter or the summer from coming. We cannot stop the spring or fall or make them other than they are. They are gifts from the universe that we cannot refuse. But we can choose what we will contribute to life when each arrives. Gary Zukov. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana longer, please do. But if you're ready to come out, start by deepening the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. Rock the head from side to side. Then reach the arms up overhead, the legs out long in front of you for a nice morning stretch. Hug the knees into the chest and carefully roll onto the left side. Feel free to rest here for a moment or as long as you'd like. Then whenever you're ready, trying to keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze, make your way up to a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Once you arrive in your seat, reclose the eyes if you opened them. Sit up nice and tall, taller than you have all day. Feeling rooted down into the earth through the sit bones, and light and lifted through the heart and the crown of the head. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale through the mouth, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Bow the chin towards the heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out of your day to breathe, to move, to meditate, to practice yoga. And I thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing your space with me, for sharing your breath with me virtually. And I hope you can take the benefits from tonight's class with you into the rest of your night, the rest of your week, the rest of your life. Bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye space. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Had a good class. I know I did. I feel much better now, nice and warm and relaxed after a long day. So thank you again. Please let me know if there's anything you want to work on in any future classes. Also, someone is asking me about yoga for feet. I can always add in stuff in my classes too if you give me recommendations. So I will definitely add some stuff in the future. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely add some foot stuff into my next couple classes, some classes over the next couple of weeks, but also Pisces season is coming up, and Pisces are the ruler of the feet, so we'll be doing lots of yoga for feet. For you that asked that. Okay, thank you again. Let me know if there's anything I need to work on, anything I need to improve, or anything. I'm hopefully going to be getting a mic soon. I'm going to try to get a microphone soon, so that will hopefully be awesome. Okay. Yeah, thank you again. And then join me on Saturday for my energizing vinyasa at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then again next week on Tuesday for Yoga for Cyclists at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then this class every Thursday, Yin Yoga at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you again, and I hope you have a really good night. Oh yeah, please donate if you can. I have Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. But yeah, thank you again. Have a good night.